Today I'm going to show you with my analysis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the multiple time frame. I'm going to start with the daily time frame to see the momentum, to identify the momentum of the trade. So if you can just see here, we see in a bullish trend here, having a bullish trend yesterday. It was a bullish, so was buying yesterday. So what I see here, I see this type of reversal structure here. So let me spot it. I see this type of reversal structure here. So I see first, second, and third touch here. After third touch, the price was started to go down to the downside, and it gives us a hammer candlestick here. Close the hammer candlestick with a long wick rejection here. So the price was rejecting here, rejecting here, rejecting here, rejecting until the bulls controlled the price. So if you can just check here, we have a higher here, lower and higher and lower here, and then we have in a previous, this came to retest our previous lower here. So that's why the price started to shoot to the downside. So let us go to daily and the 4-hour, and we see 4-hour time frame. So every time the price where it turns, there's a certain point that it respects. The price won't just turn without anything turning like anywhere. Like the price anywhere where it turns, there's a certain point, the important zone. That's why the price turn. As I explained in the daily time frame, that we have a lower and higher and lower, higher and lower. So here, what I'm expecting, if you can just see, we have a correction and impulsive, because of what we know that the price move has three phases, which is the impulse, correction, and impulse. So now we're having a correction here. If you can just spot this correction, we're having a beautiful correction in here state. So what I see on here state, I see something interesting. If you can just check, the price before started to shoot to the downside here. We have a head and shoulder here. We have a first leg here, and we have a shoulder here, and we have a head here, and we have a shoulder here. So that's why the price break our neckline and came to this point. So if you can just check here, we have in a zone here, which is a zone here. That's where the price came. We call it a block order here. We call it a block order. So let us spot this and see what is going to happen. Let us spot this and see what is happening. So we have a first touch, second touch, and third touch. It break impulsive and came to retest our previous trend line, our resistance, our support trend line. So it retested and started to go to the downside. What I am looking here, if you can just check here, guys, we have a higher, lower, and now we came back to the previous lower. So what I'm expecting the price to start to shoot to the downside, give us maybe complete this structure 90% rule. So every time, so the price here rejected from this, rejected here, and they started to shoot to the upside. Let us see why price started to shoot to the upside. So we go to the 1-hour time frame. If you are in a 1-hour time frame here, you're going to see that the price is more, it's like possible, if you can just see the price to shoot to the upside, because of, if you can just check here, we have a double bottom here. We have a double bottom. So the price started to rejected here. After that, the price started to shoot to the upside. So what I'm expecting this, I'm expecting that the price will come here, because of we have a strong zone here. This is strong zone. We have this is strong zone, but I'm not going to do this. I'm just gonna make it easy. We have a resistance here. So now this resistance, break our resistance impulsively, give us a young correction, and then to correct. So it give us this expanding channel here, and it shoot to the downside, shoot to the upside. So what I'm expecting here, because of I see this is a lower, so it more possible to come to retest this lower, and after that retest 10 this a resistance to the support, and after coming to shoot to the downside. So the thing is that I'm gonna take this, and then I'm going to my first profit, my first target is gonna be here, and the second is going to be here, and then but the overall target is going to be here. So if you can just check how the price started to react on this resistance, let us go on 15 minutes and see. If you see here, the price came here impulsively, and when it approaching this previous lower, it started to correcting. So it's more, so when it's correcting, so what I'm looking for the price, I'm looking for price to shoot to the downside. So when you see the price started to correct at the previous lower or the previous higher, or so it means that the price started to lose a momentum to start to shoot to the downside. So while I'm looking here, I'm looking the price to start to shooting to the downside and going with it. So I'm done on us30. I'm gonna go to nas100. So on nas100, I'm going to make a multiple time frame starting to a daily and see what is happening on a daily time frame. So in nas100, when I am in a daily, I'm going to identify the trend. So if you can just see here, I have a bullish trend here. Bullish trend. nas100 is the first time nas100 is the first time give us this lower here. First time breaking. If you can just see, nas100 was buying. When it came here, buy, bounce here, buy, bounce, buy, bounce, buy, bounce, buy here. So what I was looking for nas100, because of I saw the nas100 for as I said, every time when the price reject, there is certain key level that is respecting, the key level that is respecting, the zone that is respecting. If you can just check, that's why the price here started to shoot to the downside. So what I was looking, what I was saying, this was our higher, lower, higher, and this was a low. So we came back to retest our previous low, the same as us30. That's why the price started to shoot to the downside. So we're going to go on 4 hour and see what is happening on 4 hour. So on 4 hour, let me just erase this thing so that we don't not getting. So if you can just check on 4 hour, what is happening here? There's something that is happening here. That so if you can just check, we have this thing as a, we have this structure, this structure here. The price break impulsively, so it came back and it started to play around this, started to play around. So what I see here is that the price give us an impulsive, and now we're in a deep correction. So if we are in a deep correction, I'm going to focus on the current price. I'm not going to focus at what happened, like spotting this trend, what happened, why it rejects. So I'm going to focus only at the current price, where the price is now. So if you can check, we have an impulsive, and now we're in a deep correction. So let us spot this thing and see why the price, and see what is happening. We go to 1 hour. In 1 hour, let me remove this one. In 1 hour. So at the first time, my trend line was here, and then okay, now where this is the second, third, this is a second, this is a third, second, and this is a third. So I was expecting the price to shoot to the upside. So the price just decided to break it and come to this order block here, to respect this order block here. So if you can just check here, the price that the market maker came to collect this order block, and after that they're going to shoot to the upside. So what I'm looking here, if you can just check, we have a trend inside the trend. So we have a trend inside the trend here. Having a trend, let me just put it here. We have a trend inside the trend. So this was an impulsive correction. Now we are in impulse correction. So what I am expecting here, if you can just check here, we have a beautiful like a zone here. As I said, guys, market if it go to it's a bullish, you're gonna expect if it's a bullish, you're gonna expect lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and lower high and lower low. So what I'm expecting here on next 100 is that I'm going to see what is doing on this zone here and this resistance. It's either the price is gonna shoot to the downside, or it's either the price is going to come and go to upside. So but what I'm looking here, because of I see this was an impulsive, and then now I'm expecting the correction to start to go to the upside. So what I am looking here on next 100, I'm looking next 100 to come to go to the upside. So what my take profit is going to be some around here, but I'm going to go to daily and show you something. Let me go to daily and show you something. So we have a little bit network. I don't know what's happening, but I think it will come back. Okay, it is. So if you can just check on daily time frame, the first thing that we're looking next 100, we have this zone, beautiful zone. So it's possible to us to come again. If you can just check, we have this resistance here, price rejected, break it and come and retest and start to shoot to the downside. So what I'm looking for next to come around here. After coming around here, I'm gonna looking for next at least to drop to the downside for completing this 90% rule of here. So guys, the price is the price. We just follow. We don't trade what we see. We just follow the price. So let us go back to 1 hour. So if you can just check here, what I'm expecting on next 100, I'm expecting next 100 at least give me a young correction, but young correction, and then I'm looking for a continuation pattern to start to the upside to give us the upside. So guys, what I'm looking for in next 100 is like next 100 I'm going to look for buying opportunity only, and the us30 I'm going to look for a selling opportunity, but I'm going to see how it react, how it's do, and then I'm going to see, I'm going to follow my plan. So guys, don't like to subscribe on my channel and give me a like here so that I will come and bring a hot contact. Goodbye.